Capricorn, my name is Nigel. Welcome to your August 2024 reading. Okay, let's get started. You have a lot of cards here. So you do have the moon, and it is quite large here. Let me see if I could pick it up, actually. You pulled a lot of cards this month, Capricorn. So let's see. You do have the moon. So the moon in reverse, Cancer Pisces card, you may have been dealing with an illusion, right? Or someone else's illusion, you know, maybe coming to light. You may be facing something that your gut kind of always knew. You knew something wasn't right, Capricorn. Something may be coming to light here that that you didn't know consciously, but in your gut, you kind of knew the truth, or that you knew you were, perhaps you weren't being told the truth. You do have this card also representing your month coming up. So you may have been in some sort of cage. This bird obviously didn't know it was in a cage, because when we opened the door and left it open, the bird stayed in the cage. This could, you know, hearken to a comfort zone that you had. You may have been in a sort of golden cage. You may not have realized that you were trapped in a situation. But that cage is now open for you, Capricorn. You do have here iron. I like that for you. The iron card, the numbers 22 or 4 could mean something to you, but this is reliability. It's Mars energy. It's masculine energy. And what's interesting about this is you have this masculine energy and you have this feminine energy, but that's actually the beginning of next month, and I'm jumping ahead and I shouldn't do that, but I just noticed that. So you do have iron here. Like I said, it's Aries energy. It's assertive. It's warlike. It contemplates what must be broken down and what must remain. You may find yourself in a very assertive way this month. You may feel very strong, assertive, forceful. You may lose your temper. Somehow, you have also pulled the Peace card, right? And it says, allow your troubles to teach you and build on those lessons to create a better future for yourself, right? I think that above all, Capricorn, you would like peace. There is something that seems to be disturbing your peace this month, somehow. I think in general, you have learned how to acquire peace. This seems like almost regurgitated energy. It seems like energy that's been around a while. I don't know how else to put it. Let's just keep going. We'll go through the reading. We'll clarify everything. This says perfection. It says give up on your need to be perfect, right? You are enough and you have what it takes to improve. But like, this is in reverse. I think you are coming to the realization that you don't have to be perfect. Things don't have to be perfect. You have the moon dance card. Yeah, the moon is a big deal for you, because if you notice, you have the moon here, you have the moon here, and you even have the moon next month, right? And if you notice in this card, let me see if I can get that up there to where you can see. It does, you need bravery to walk on that wire, right? By the light of the moon. Maintain a balance. You are dealing with lunar things that have either been hidden or are hidden. I do think there is something that is going to come to light here that you didn't know, or that you didn't consciously know, if that makes sense to you. What's great is that you pulled the card of Capricorn, and, you know, luckily I do all the shuffling and the, the dealing of the cards right on camera, and you see this flipped out all by itself. So you are definitely stepping into your power this month. You may have fire highly aspected in your chart, but regardless of what your chart looks like, you're stepping into the power of Capricorn, and I really like that for you. I believe Aquarius had a similar card, right? They pulled Aquarius, and when a sign pulls its own sign, it means you are stepping into that power, and you're going to be dynamic in it, dynamic within it. You do have the intention card here. Let's see, you have the intention card, and the intention card is like deliberate, clear intention. If you look at this owl, right? The owl is holding the dandelion, and you know, when we were children, we used to blow wishes with it, right? And I believe actually Aquarius pulled a card almost just, it's not the same card, but it was a card with the same type of wish thing on it. So in any case, the intention card is, it really means your objectives will be filled at this time. You need clarity, detachment, and focus. And so let's see, we have Sedna here. Wow, that's a very interesting card to pull, especially for this reading. You have Sedna. I'm going to hold that up for you so you can really look at the card. It's a dark night of the soul. When this realization, when something comes out here, Capricorn, you may feel a bit of a dark night of the soul type energy, right? It may be treachery. I'm not going to lie. It may be treachery, because the story behind this goddess is she was deceived by both her father and her lover, right? Her lover, she was a sea goddess, right? She became the mother of all marine life. But aside from that, she fell for a man who lied to her about who he was. I'm oversimplifying the story. If you'd like to look it up, it's a very interesting story. But she fell for this man. Her father ended up sacrificing her to the sea to save himself. And so she was deceived by the men in her life. Long story short. Now, it doesn't mean that if you're male that this still pertains, but it is a deception. It is treachery. It is something like that. Hold on, and let me stop my dog from digging. Hold on. My dog is 5 pounds, and she's partially blind, and she just does these really silly things. Anyway, let's see. Where were we? We have, oh, right. We have this right here. It says unbreakable love. This person has genuine love for you, and it is in reverse. This may be a love situation that you find out something very negative. It does say they'll be back. Okay, so it is a choice. Now, these two cards came in sideways, and so when my cards come in sideways, it means you're going to be presented with a choice. Will they come back? Yes, they'll come back, but there's going to be a choice you're going to have to make about that. Are you going to take them back? You may be dealing with a fire sign, or like I said earlier in the reading, you may have fire highly aspected in your chart, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. This is definitely an Aries card, and no matter what, you are stepping into some fire energy. You're stepping into a very assertive time. Just remember this bird in a cage. You may look at something like it's the end of the world, or you may look at something like it wasn't holding you back. But when you finally fly out of that cage, you realize that you were being held back. It wasn't what it seemed to be. And even in this particular story, her lover wasn't what he said he was. He was a con man in many respects. So let's look at your actual reading. We're going to breeze through this, and then we're going to clarify it, and then we'll dip into the energy of next month. But there is a lot here, and I do think the moon is key for some reason. And what's interesting is we did have 2 new moons in Capricorn in June and July. So that could have been a pivotal time for this energy, especially with this Capricorn card, just saying. Okay, so starting out your month here, you have the celebration card, Capricorn. And hold on one second. Sorry about that, Capricorn. I really did have to do something with my dog. Any sounds outside of my reading, it's very distracting. I don't like it. So here you have the 3 of Cups, right? This 3 could be 3 people. It could be 2 children and an adult. It could be 3 children. It could be 3 adults. But it is a celebratory card, and it could be the card of 3 people banding together somehow in a situation. You do have the 7 of Pentacles here in reverse. this is the end of waiting. You know, you may have been waiting for something. I look at this like it is a card of waiting. In this deck, it says it's a card of vision. So there may be something you're not seeing, right? You do have the Six of Pentacles, and I like that for you. It is kindness for sure, but it is getting what you're waiting for, right? So maybe the end of waiting here. So you have the Three of Cups. Maybe you are celebrating here, Capricorn, because you finally are getting what you were waiting for. You were apparently waiting for something, and the beginning of the month looks very promising for that. So let's look at the mid-month. In mid-month, you have the Ace of Pentacles, right? A new opportunity, right? Could be a creation of something that you're trying to birth into existence here. In the center of your reading, you have the Four of Cups. It says distraction here. But the Four of Cups is something you may say no to. You may be presented with something here that you may turn down, or you may say, not now, maybe later. It is centering your whole month. So there is some sort of offer here. And you have the Page of Wands here in reverse coming right after that, right? You may have wanted to start something new. And there may be some either lack of motivation. The Four of Cups could be a lack of motivation. It could be a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of excitement. There is something going on here mid-month. It doesn't look like it is life-changing, but it looks like it's something you're not particularly enamored with. And it's something that you are thinking about turning down. Not now, maybe later type energy. I really like the end of your month. Okay, the end of your month starts out with the Ten of Wands, and it does say burden, right? But it is not always a bad card. It's taking on extra responsibility, and sometimes it's very positive. It's necessary. Sometimes it's negative. I do think it's positive because of the cards that follow it here. It's temporary, right? It's helping you to close out a cycle. It is a 10 card. So this stress is almost necessary, right? It's a necessary stress because it leads right into judgment. And in this deck, it says action, right? But it is a life-changing decision. It comes into like signal change, right? It heals. It can be a very healing card. And with the Ten of Wands, it is closing something out, coming to terms with something, coming to a final judgment. Now, what's great about your final, this is like the last leg of your month. For your final placement, you pulled 3 cards, which very, very rarely happens. I did take all 3 that came out. So you go from the Ten of Wands, which is closing out a stressful cycle, perhaps taking on some extra responsibility, to making a final judgment about something. This also could mean something legal where a final judgment does come down. The Ten of Wands could signify you being stressed out, but then judgment coming. And what you have following it is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles, right? Really nice energy in many, many ways. But there is a caveat here, right? You have the Queen of Swords, and that's independence, at least in this deck. But she seeks the truth. She doesn't, people generally don't mess with the Queen of Swords. She has a blade in her hand. She's very cut and dry. There is something you come into knowledge about, perhaps there is something that happens here, either something legal or something that you just come into knowledge about, and you make a judgment call about, and you pick up that sword, and it's not ugly, but it's not pretty, and you are thinking about your stability. So yes, the Queen of Pentacles could be Capricorn, could be Taurus, definitely could be Virgo, any earth sign, but you are thinking about your stability, and you're defending it with this sword. And what is being threatened here is your comfort. This came in reverse. And so what you're defending here at the end of the month here, Capricorn, is your comfort, your stability, and your independence. There is something that seems to be threatening that. And it could be a person, it could be a situation. There is something coming to light that you didn't know before, or that you perhaps didn't want to look at. You might have had a gut feeling about it, but you couldn't put your finger on exactly what was wrong, and something comes to light for sure. There is definitely some sort of, I mean, it says unbreakable love, and it is upside down. It says they'll be back, but it is a decision you're going to have to make. So for them to come back, that means they have left already, right? Let's clarify this, and then we'll dip into next month. I'll take half this deck here. Take half that. And show me the beginning of the month. So you have this celebratory energy. You not waiting for, there is something that you were waiting for that you get, to put it simply. So that's the beginning of your month here, Capricorn, and that looks like it starts out pretty good. And you have dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. Anytime I see a dog card, especially when it is close up, there is love and loyalty around you. And with that Three of Cups, I do think, like I said, it could be children that you are very close with. It could be family members. It could be friends. It could be work associates. But there are other people involved in this, and it is a positive time for you. And it's something that you were waiting for that you get. You finally get it. Mid-month here, you have an offer that you're about. You just don't know. Well, that wanted to come out. And it says kite, a vacation, right? Listen, you may be thinking about going on vacation. Maybe that's why you don't want to take this offer. You may be planning a vacation. Maybe that is why you're not motivated to take action on this. Could be something simple like that. Not everything is always earth-shattering, right? So it could be something as simple as that. But let me pull one more card on that. Pull one more card on that. Show me mid-month again. Show me something to clarify mid-month. You do have barrel here, and it says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love. You know, when I see you feel something, I do think you feel something. You feel like something's not right. And I did say that way at the beginning of this reading. I do think you're feeling something is not right. Let me get the other half of this deck for the end of your month, which looks interesting. Man, show me the end of the month for Capricorn here. Show me the end of the month for Capricorn here. You have two. I'll take both. Yep. Be careful. Do not take any risks. And I don't think you are, because you're a cross between the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. They came out together. Something's threatening your monetary comfort or your stability. There is something going on here like that, and you come out very protective of yourself and your future and your money. And it does say new home, new attitude here. So perhaps you could be arguing with someone over a home. Very well. I mean, it could be a house that you're arguing about. It could be a home that you're defending. It could be the peace in your home that you're defending. Something seems to rock your peace a little bit. Before we do that, let me look at this. Now, these are your warnings for this month. Wow. So remember I said you have a judgment to make, right? At the end of your month, you pulled the judgment card upright. And, you know, the judgment card upright was a life-changing decision, right? And here in your warnings, you have the judgment card in reverse. So apparently this decision is very important. You not making this decision is going to somehow put you in a worse position. So when this decision comes to you at the end of the month, make it, and make the right decision for you. Something that affects your long-term stability. Defend it with all your might, because you don't want to, you want to be unstuck, right? You want to be unstuck. You want to be able to plan for your future. You're not going to be able to do any of that if something's taken away. And it's going to be different for all of you, but there is something that is threatening your stability here at the end of the month. And I see you coming in very strong, assertive energy. Whatever threatens to disturb your peace, I feel bad for them, because I don't think you're putting up with any crap. And this, you may be someone who has survived many hurts. You may be someone who has survived many betrayals. But make your intention very clear here, Capricorn. In your blessings column, oh, I love to see this. You have yet another 10, but this is beautiful. You are healing from this betrayal. This is a betrayal. This is the 10 of Swords, but it is in reverse, and it's in your blessings. You're not going to have to work so hard in your future for the same thing that you had to work really hard for in your past. Wow, and you do have the page. You had this somewhere else. Now I'm determined to see exactly where it was. No. I saw it somewhere. I saw it somewhere. Now I can't figure out where I saw it. But anyway, you have the Page of Wands in reverse. So you are saying no to something that comes in, and that is a blessing. So definitely be looking at the situation and scrutinizing it. You need to scrutinize whatever it is presented to you here. There is something that threatens to destroy your peace. There is something that threatens to destroy your ability. I think you've been through some crap in your life and you don't want to go through any more. Sometimes I see this goddess and I say, okay, I think you're, thinking about your past. You have post-traumatic stress disorder. You need to stop doing that. No, I think that all the things you have been through in your past have made you very smart. And I think that you are drawing upon them to make better decisions for yourself now. And, yeah. So here you have Sagittarius in reverse. So there is something that threatens to destroy your comfort, your balance. I do think that you're going to be stepping into an energy where you're defending yourself and you're not going to even try to be fair, because the karmic wheel is turning. Somebody's going to see their karma. You notice that, look, 3 major arcana in a row. Yeah. You have the Empress. There is someone that's threatening to try to take your abundance here and make you perhaps see untruths. You have the High Priestess here. Wow, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana in a row. All of them are in reverse except for the Wheel of Fortune. Even your Justice card. There is someone who did a major, and you were a Libran energy, major injustice here. Major injustice was done to you. Yeah. Something that really hurt you here, Capricorn. You are not putting up with anyone's garbage anymore. You're not. You're done. This is major. You're moving away from all the bullshit, excuse my language, and you are no longer available for this anxiety, this nightmare. You're walking away from it. You're walking away from it. And you have the Sword of Truth here in your hand. Clarity. You're finally getting clear. You're going to be getting very clear. You do have the 7 of Swords here. This might represent someone in your energy who's very sneaky, lying, or this very well could be you being more strategic out of necessity. You may understand that is a necessary thing. You have here the 3 of Pentacles. That whatever once excited you here does not. What you're removing, you're taking your love back here with the Ace of Cups. You're slowing the hell down. I do think someone's going to come in with this offer here, and you're no longer afraid of the situation. You're no longer afraid of this Tower, because the Tower represents transformation. And this will create a situation where you can start planning again. And you have the Hierophant, but here, this could be a breakup. Now, if this isn't a breakup romantically, this could be a breakup between you and a job. This could be you walking away from something that no longer serves you. This could be you having problems at work to the point where you were stabbed in the back repeatedly. For many of you, this is a relationship, right? And the world beckons you here. So you are moving through this, and you have the world in front of you. So I I hate saying don't worry because I understand how this feels. But whatever it is that's going on is temporary. That much I can tell you for sure. Now let's move into your month. Now, fascinating here. What I really like about this here is you have the moon again. Moon is big. The moon is big. You know, this is the beginning of September, and you have the moon again. It's, how do I put this? It isn't just the moon, right? It is silver, right? Silver and the moon are very feminine. This is very masculine. This is very feminine. So you may be moving from your divine masculine, which is assertiveness, and, you know, maybe you needed to be that person in August. You're moving into a softer side of yourself here, a more intuitive side of yourself. It is definitely lunar in nature. And it's telling you not to give up, right? And there are more mysteries to be solved. And you are going to be balancing a lot of different things. You have a lot of irons in the fire here. You have, you may be juggling priorities for sure. And, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, under it, I think you're going to start putting yourself first. I mean, you are turning all that nurturing inward. You have here, what else? You have, follow me, girl, boy, right? And it says there's someone in your life that has a strong desire to get your attention. And this is in reverse. Listen, I think you're going to be presented with a choice. I think they are going to be back. I think you're not having it. I don't think you want any part of this person. It does say odd jobs. It says consider creating multiple streams of income. You may be actually considering that. You may have, you know, something on the side that makes a little bit of money that you're looking to expand. You may be trying to take different odd jobs to figure out your path, or you may just be trying to keep afloat by taking different jobs. You have here stuck in the mud, and it is in reverse. I think you're moving into a time where you're no longer stuck, Capricorn, for sure. And here we have a long way home. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it, Capricorn? You've been through it. You have been through it, and now it's time to go home. And when I say that, it's time to finally exhale. It's time to get to that place where you do find your peace. I feel like I'm reading for someone who has been through many battles. It's been through a lot. So let's move this out of the way a little bit. Everything is so, I try to get everything on camera and it's like almost impossible. You do have the sign of Taurus for the beginning of next month. And the only thing I can say, I'm not going to go into like a deep reading for next month. Obviously, this is just the beginning of next month. But the interesting thing about Taurus is that Uranus is retrograding in Taurus in September. And this is, it's going to stay that way for the rest of the year. It is major. And this is a purging of toxicity. And it sort of goes along with whatever the hell is going on here for you. And here is the card of divorce. It says experiencing a breakup. A divorce could mean many things. Obviously, it could mean a breakup between a man and a wife, a breakup between, or two people who are married, a breakup between two people who were in love and just in a relationship, or a breakup between you and your job or you and your career, right? But there is a breakup definitely going on this table, for sure. And it bleeds into next month a little bit here, for sure. You have express your love. It's important to let people know that you love them. And I'm sure that with that 3 of Cups there are people in your life who are very supportive, and Spirit is trying to tell you to definitely express yourself to whoever it is that is kind to you here, Capricorn. You have Kali Ma. Wow. This is Scorpio energy. You can see the skulls, right? It is Scorpio energy. It is the goddess of life and death. And what she tells us is to walk away from what no longer serves us. I mean, it's like the reading's telling itself. It just is. Here you have the golden mask, and this is really, really nice. Really nice energy, especially for your reading. It's success, perseverance, ambition. definitely. Right under it, you do have the card of the ancestor. So you might have someone on the other side looking out for you big time. Let's see. Pull a couple of these cards. 2 for Capricorn, please. 1, 2. You have self-worth is on the table, Capricorn. Your self-worth may have been in the gutter. Your self-worth may have been, somebody may have plunged your self-worth down lower than it has been. I think you're elevating yourself out of that, or you have elevated yourself out of that with this Iron card. You might be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or this just might be an extremely emotional time for you. You might have water highly aspected in your chart under that Earth for sure. But I have to tell you, this is a Pisces, Cancer card, and so is this. So you may be dealing with someone like that for sure. Or like I said, it simply might just be a very emotional time for you. Pull a couple of these cards. For Capricorn, give me a card for Capricorn, please. Spirit. Jesus, you can't make this up. What does that say? The moon. Capricorn, the moon. The moon. The moon is a big deal, man. It does say darkness. You may be facing some darkness, but I'm telling you, things are changing, but damn. The moon is a big deal. Under the deck, what do we have? We have dark matter. Dark matter is that stuff in between two things. What's in between? It's the subconscious. The subconscious, what you're not seeing. What aren't you seeing? What didn't you see? There was something you didn't see, or something you refused to see, or something you literally didn't want to see. Capricorn is a very logical sign, very logical, very earthy, very grounded. For them to be willfully blind, right? They just didn't want to see it. There's no way you're going to get something past them, right? But if they didn't see it, it's because they honestly willed themselves not to. Sometimes we love someone. So stop it, Sonny. Sorry. We love someone so much we just don't want to see them for who they are. And that would be this goddess here, Sedna. Sometimes we love a job so much we just ignore all the red flags. There could be any, but there is dark matter here. Things that are unseen. Dark matter and the moon. Definitely. I wish you all the luck, my friend. Big hugs. Namaste.